Hello and welcome to Aspiration Athletics podcast. This is actually our first episode done on the live show here. So I'm really excited to be talking on YouTube Live. This is the first live video or live discussion that I've done through the YouTube streaming service. So curious to see how this goes. I usually elect for Twitch because that's what I'm familiar with. However, we're here on YouTube. I'm trying to establish more of a presence on YouTube. So if it fits, I sits. So I want to go ahead and talk a little bit about, as you can see here, the title, which is the Summer Slim Challenge, and we're well underway. So I want to talk about a few things about this challenge, a few details that I think a lot of people will find enticing, and hopefully spark some interest in future challenges that we may be running through the course of the next few months in what's developing in Aspiration Athletics. So to kick us off, I started this venture of making this challenge well over a month ago. And this whole thing came about because it was around the time that was celebrating my 2-year anniversary at this rate. So 2 years ago, I talk a lot about this throughout some of my other podcasts and things. 2 years ago, I went through dramatic lifestyle change and went through dramatic weight loss. So this was all in preparation to step on stage for my first bodybuilding competition. And I ended up losing, let's see, all together, starting, I was at 238, and I got down at my lowest weight to 177. So, I mean, we're talking about massive change there. I was able to, drop substantial amount of body fat percentage and get to the single-digit range and step on stage in my first competition. So I'm paying homage to that as I go through this, Summer Slim Challenge and trying to create awareness for it. Essentially, what our Summer Slim Challenge is, and this one is solely the one I've been kind of promoting and marketing, but we actually have two challenges that are running parallel currently. The first being our Summer Slim Challenge, and the second being our Healthy Living Challenge. And both in mind having that common theme of making lifestyle change and facilitating lifestyle change. There's a lot of things I learned throughout my bodybuilding prep, throughout the 16-week prep time that I was under. And I really think that individuals can benefit from kind of going through a bit of the struggle, so to speak, of having to endure, a meal plan or nutrition guidance program, and not so much to endure it, but to find the joy out of it. And that's why I'm bringing out this challenge here in our Summer Slim Challenge. So obviously the goal is for individuals to jumpstart their fitness journeys. Summer's right around the corner here in Michigan, and things are getting warmer. It's heating up around here. People are wanting to get outside more, and with that comes the pressure of wanting to look your best physically. And I don't think that that is a vanity-driven aspect. I think that that's all of us trying to put ourselves in check and realizing that maybe we celebrated winter and got a little carried away. That's all right. But with this challenge, I want to help promote the idea of individuals like myself starting 2 years ago that never would have thought that by following a guided meal plan and following a guided plan of exercises could promote this just dramatic change throughout my life that would facilitate what is my life now. And I took so many great things from that experience, and I just want to really be able to give back in some way. So I can't offer, a ton of meal plan service and training services for the masses at the discounted rate that I'm looking at putting here. So that's why I came up with the Summer Slim Challenge. I found it's a way for individuals to easily access a training routine and a nutrition guidance program without having to commit fully to that online personal trainer or online bodybuilding coach experience that I had to go through. So this is a good way for individuals to get their feet wet with personal training, get their feet wet with online personal training. And that's something, too, I kind of want to clear the air with. There is so many trainers in the world, okay? There's so many trainers that are working at big box gyms that I'm sure many of you have been to in the past. And, I feel that a lot of the time this big box gym kind of scope of things, we can only get so far. How much change are we really creating with an individual with only an hour given per week? I find that online training, in the time that I've been a client as well as a coach at this point, I've been both, currently a coach, and so I know from both sides, and that's why I think that this challenge is something that a lot of people can benefit from, because I am a product of online training and online coaching, and not only have I found and maintained what is the best shape and best condition of my life, but I've also been able to shed light on a lot of different what would seemingly be problem areas for people in their fitness journeys. I've been able to work through as a result of learning a lot throughout my own fitness journey. So this, again, is a way for me to educate the masses for cheap. Again, I wish I could take everyone under my wing and spend equally amount of time on all of you and have that interpersonal connection with each and every one of you. However, that's just impractical. And, at this rate, I want to be able to, with the time that I have, make it worth while for all of you, and being able to share my experience and document my experience with this Summer Slim Challenge as well. So if you're confused at this point, again, the Summer Slim Challenge, as a coach, I am running, so I'm leading this Summer Slim Challenge. It's a 30-day commitment for myself that I'm leading. So 30 days that an individual will be kind of getting cued in on certain guidance and certain areas in which they're going to want to be cognitively aware of in their eating and training habits. And then for the next 4 weeks after, those that elect for the Summer Slim Challenge are going to be on their own. So let me tell you why I've done it this way. This Summer Slim Challenge, by me leading the first 30 days, is a way for you to see how a professional is going to handle the the grocery list side of things, going to the grocery store. So that's why I've provided resources of me grocery shopping for all the food that I'm going to be eating, as well as, kind of documenting the journey along. So I'm not doing the whole 8 weeks because I want this to be centered around the people that are doing this challenge in the group that has been exclusively bought into this program here. This first 30 days is a way for me to get myself back on track while also exemplifying and leading by example. Okay, so leading by example is so crucial because we have so many trainers out there that talk the talk, can't walk the walk. And I'm one of those individuals that's like, tell, show, do. So I'm going to tell you how it's done. I'm going to show you how it's done. And I'm going to expect you to do it. So that's kind of where this challenge comes into play here. I'm doing the first half of the challenge with all of you. I'm walking through these steps. I'm in the dirt with you. Second half of the challenge, I'm overviewing all of you. I'm making sure that everything is working the way it's supposed to. I'm making sure that all of you are seeing the results that you're looking to see, and that all around we're getting value out of the time that we're putting in. So I'm really happy to be starting this, and I couldn't be more excited. I have a few people who have elected for the challenge, and I'm really excited for them to start seeing some progress. We have an individual who's already lost 2 pounds, and that was just on our prep program. So leading up to the Summer Slim Challenge, has lost 2 pounds. So I'm super geeked to see where people take this. You get out what you put in. And when it comes to this venture and this journey and commitment to a better life and commitment to, not only a better life, but a better quality of life. Let me put it that way. There's a lot of things that we take for granted in our daily lifestyles. And I think that for us to take a step back, take 4 weeks, take 8 weeks to focus on our temple, focus on our physical health. This is a good way to jumpstart your system, revitalize your body, and to ground yourself back into the reality that is not getting complacent in life and not overdoing it. I believe in balance. I believe in work-life balance. And I believe in indulging on your favorite foods. However, too much of a good thing can not be good, right? So it's this understanding that we're going to make a commitment for 30 days, or for the individuals that are partaking in it, 60 days. We're going to be making a commitment for 60 days towards the belief and the hope of putting in the necessary work to see the results. And I've done this time and time again with individuals, not so much in a challenge basis like I've done here for the masses, but weight loss and facilitating lifelong change in weight loss. Not only with myself, but I've worked with clients on the daily that, revolving door of individuals coming in and out wanting to lose weight. And the ones that succeed are the ones that are able to be consistent with the amount of change necessary to facilitate this long-term lifestyle. So with that being said, folks, I want to talk a little bit about the challenges running parallel. So the Summer Slim Challenge obviously is the headline here, but that's not to take any credit or value away from the Healthy Living Challenge. Now, I ran these two challenges parallel because I wanted the same outcome to be apparent here, in that we're looking for individuals to improve their quality of life through gaining these habits that are necessary, and building knowledge in these habits that are necessary to promote weight loss, promote strength accumulation, promote our metabolism increasing. These are all things that are going to happen as a result of being consistent in physical activity and disciplined in our nutrition. So whether you have elected or whether you're curious about either the Summer Slim Challenge or the Healthy Living Challenge, just understand that the Summer Slim Challenge is for individuals who are a bit more experienced in their exercise efforts. Maybe they have been out of physical activity for some time, but they were an athlete at some point or another. Maybe they do rec league stuff on the weekends, but work a sedentary job. These individuals are going to be perfect for the Summer Slim Challenge. There's a lot of things that I think that they'll pick up on, but ultimately be challenged throughout their 8 weeks. And then we have our Healthy Living Challenge, which is a 4-week challenge, and it's half the price at only $10. And this challenge is, again, to jumpstart individuals, to get them off the couch, get them moving, increase their amount of physical activity throughout the day. 150 minutes, folks. 150 minutes of physical activity weekly is required, or rather advised, to promote cardiovascular health and to stay healthy. So if we are not getting 150 minutes a week, folks, 150 minutes a week, if we are not getting there, this challenge is for you. This healthy living challenge is for you. So that's why I want to talk about these two challenges that are running parallel here, because I believe that there's some confusion when it comes to, for the most part, the challenges individually. People are messaging me and asking me, you know, are they used interchangeably? Am I getting something different with each of these? Put simply, Summer Slim Challenge is going to be for individuals who are more, intermediate in their exercise efforts. You know, these are people that are making an effort to be physically active. These are people who, you know, may do some stuff on the weekends or may work a somewhat active job, but they're looking for a little bit more out of their physical fitness and physical health in general. And then we have our Healthy Living Challenge, where it's really starting with individuals who haven't done much in years. We're starting out really slow. We're starting out with very simple movements that, depending on where you're at in your fitness journey, and me being able to see upon our consultation, you know, these are things that I'm going to either keep on the program or prescribe regressions into different exercises that you can begin with. But our Healthy Living Challenge is really set up for individuals to get started in an exercise program on a consistent basis. So the Summer Slim Challenge is really just an intensified version of that. That being said, you know, I really like where this is going, and I was really excited yesterday as I was going and getting groceries. I went with my partner, and her and I picked out some of the groceries that we're going to be, cooking and doing things with to prepare meals throughout the week. So I'm looking forward to highlighting all of the things that we prepare, so you can see kind of what, for one, a vegan plant-based diet looks like, because that's kind of all new for me, and I'll get into that briefly in just a moment. But so you guys can see what all these vegan foods look like, in addition to seeing, you know, how much volume there actually is to food when you're not eating calorically dense options like potato chips or pizza or, you know, just bullshit like that. So it brings me to my next point. Since starting this, I have I've been hesitant. I've been hesitant only because I knew this was going to happen, and it was something I was going to have to face. And you know, it's difficult, but it's going to have to be done. And that is plant-based diet and veganism. I am not a true vegan. I am not 100% vegan. Let me make that clear first and foremost. So whatever foods that I may post later in YouTube videos or in check-ins or whatever, I just want that to be clear right off the bat. I am working towards veganism, and I am working towards a total plant-based diet. I know that there's a difference between those two. I like to use them interchangeably because that's how most people understand it. But if you are not informed, plant-based diet is really just understanding that you're making the best effort to eat things that are plant-based or simply made from a plant derivative. Whereas veganism is making a stance against the injustice of animals. So that does include, obviously, eating meats and things like that. However, with the only difference being that, veganism is really focused on, like, you don't wash yourself with animal-tested items, you don't use animal-tested items. So I'm working towards plant-based at the moment, and I have a really strong influence that is my girlfriend at the moment, who is doing a really phenomenal job at helping me to understand the importance of veganism. So that's something I'm trying to work towards, and this challenge was a good way for me to try to make that work. So this is ultimately, like, again, this is for me too. This is not just for all of those people who've paid their way into the spots here. This is a way for me to get my nose back to the grindstone, in a sense, and to reestablish that competitive type of drive that I have as an inherent athlete. But also to put ourselves in check. Like, I realize I'm not as ripped as I was when I was doing bodybuilding and things, and my training modalities and simply my work-life balance has shifted so immensely that, there's certain things that I won't be able to get back to about my physique, but there's certain things that I will be able to attain that I didn't have before. And it all just coincides with the type of strength training and training modality that I put myself into to begin with. So, I talked about all these changes in diet, being the plant-based, being the veganism type of stuff. Right now, I'm completely vegetarian, that I can say. But making efforts towards plant-based eating, it's been a huge adjustment. So it's not one that I recommend for individuals who are just getting into their fitness journey, because it's a very tedious task, and I knew that this was going to be a numbers game for me, especially when considering protein options. So right now, as it stands that I'm filming this, I've only gotten like 2 or 3 meals in, way behind on calories. But I think that 100% it's important to document the struggle too. I want people to see, and although this is the first day, I want people to see that there's going to be ups and downs in any program. There's going to be ups and downs in nutrition. We're not looking to get on stage. Let me first make that clear. I am not looking to step on the bodybuilding stage. So my range of macros and hitting those numbers are going to be a little less loosely enforced versus bodybuilding, where we have a hard deadline of essentially the change that needs to be made before stepping on stage in front of an audience or judges. So just to clear the air here, this is to simply put people into a better place than when they started. Like, that is my whole goal here. This is a good way, especially 30 days for myself, to refocus, fine-tune what is my vegetarian and working towards plant-based diet. Like, this whole thing is going to force myself to find different foods that I want, or that I may not particularly like, but can find the nutritional value in, and then learn to like. It was similar how I did with bodybuilding experience a couple years back. So I want the same to happen for all of you out there that are looking to jump into this challenge, or maybe future challenges. Like I said, there's a lot to be gained from this experience, and it changed my life a couple of years ago, and I think that since that point in time, some time has passed in my life to where I've established a career, I've established a business, I've established all of these other things. It's time to get my focus back in on my fitness journey and helping others reach their full potential in their fitness journey. So all that being said, we went to the grocery store yesterday, picked out some foods, and I made a video about it. So if you haven't yet, go check that out on our channel. You can keep up with all the latest that's unfolding in the Summer Slim Challenge, as well as the Healthy Living Challenge running parallel currently. So I look forward to hearing from all of you if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or simply want updates on what's being eaten, what's being done in my training. So I do want to kind of close by saying I'm working with these individuals exclusively on my my Trainerize account and coaching them through that platform there. And these individuals are given macronutrients as a goal to hit. okay, that's going to be conducive for weight loss for these people. So these few people that I have working in this tight-knit group are given a grocery list. They're given their training routines for 8 weeks, and they're given a macro and caloric goal to hit daily. So it's essentially a schematic, you guys. It's a freaking math equation. You just input the numbers, you output is your results. I tried to make it as simple as possible. So I'm really excited to see how this all unfolds, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. And I just couldn't be happier with the type of community that I've been able to draw in with the start of this challenge and with the start of this company. So I couldn't be more thankful for all of you who tune in to listen weekly and who tune in to simply just follow and support my efforts as not only a coach and trainer, but somebody that is trying to instill life-changing habits that are going to create some very phenomenal human beings. So I'm very humbled in this process, and I really couldn't be more thankful. So I just want all of you to be able to, feel comfortable using myself as a resource. And if you want to check out in detail these challenges or any of the other product services and offerings that we have on our website, you can certainly refer to those that will be in the description below. So please like, comment, share, subscribe. Definitely do that. I would really be happy if you subscribed, guys. So would my mom. She wouldn't cry at night. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in on another edition of our show. And if you haven't, you guys, go ahead and check out some of the latest podcasts that have been released. I talk about a few exercises tailored towards producing power, producing speed, and all around just really good stuff. So I'll leave you with that today. Hope all of you have a great rest of your week. And like I said, keep up with the challenge here. We'll be doing check-ins weekly, progress photos, meals of the week, stuff like that you guys can digest and use in your own training programs. So without further ado, folks, thank you all for joining in, and never forget, aspire to inspire.